Hey Pip, it's Ray, and today I bring you coffee.
Hey peeps, it's Ray. On a Saturday I went to a vintage kilo sale. Now, if you don't know what this is, it's a place that sells vintage clothing, usually from the 1970s to early 2000s, but I do have a shirt in here that's from 2018, so I don't know how that got in there. But it is mostly vintage, so it's £15 per kilo, hence the kilo sale. But things are also priced by the weight. So if you buy 1.6 kilograms, you won't get charged for 2 kilograms, you'll get charged for 1.6. Now, I went to one of these last year, and I did actually get this jumper that I'm wearing now, and it's really baggy. And there is a little bit of like wear and tear on it, but it's still one of my favourites to wear. And I also got these cool shades, if I can even get them on. And I thought I got this headband, but turned out I got it from a Nottingham sale instead. But I put it on before the video and now I want to wear it, so it's going to stay on even though it wasn't from the sale. The issue with last year is there wasn't actually much on offer, and that's because I went really late in the day. And I was not about to make that same mistake again. Oh no. I actually got a super early bird ticket, and even though I was feeling a bit sniffly on the day, and I still am a bit sniffly, I got there at 10 AM sharp and was ready to go in, or at least ready to wait in the huge queue that I did not expect. Because turns out the tickets for the day were actually sold out, so it was lucky I bought one online before. And it's actually really common with this event because a lot of the super early bird tickets do get sold out about a week before. So if you do want to go, make sure you buy the ticket online when they are actually available. This video will be in two parts. The first bit is going to be more me telling you my experience, maybe with a few clips here and there, but I did not get a lot of footage, and I'll explain why in the my experience part. And the second part is going to be me showing you the clothes that I actually got from the sale. So I'll put the timestamp in the description, so if you don't want to hear the experience and just hear for the clothes, you can go and see that. So let's get on with this video. As I said, when I went last year, I went really late in the day, so it was so easy to maneuver around. But this time, it was so damn crowded and so disorientating and just really anxiety inducing because I don't like crowds at all, and it was very hard to get to certain racks and actually see what was on offer because there were just people pretty much everywhere, and I don't think this was deter me from going again. But if you get very anxious like I do, it's something to be aware of before going to the event, that you will feel very crowded. The items themselves though were pretty spaced out, sometimes to a fault because there were jeans in one area and then there was jeans at the very back and the complete opposite area. So you kind of have to look around. In the same way, it's hard to see where things are. So I had an idea in my head about what I wanted to find, but it was very hard to find a place to start when I first walked into the event. Because as I said, it's very overwhelming walking in there because there's clothes everywhere, there's people everywhere, there's a lot going on. But what I did is I kind of scrapped the idea of going to the rack where I feel like things I want to get will be. And I started from the back and working my way forward, skipping any racks that seem too busy and then coming back to them later. Also, if you're going for brands, it may not be the best. I know some people were actually saying how disappointed they were at the lack of brands there. But for me, I did find some Ralph Lauren polos, some Tommy Hilfiger shirts and jumpers. I also found some Levi's that were unfortunately too small for me. But I think the main brands you're going to find are sports brands, so like Nike and Adidas. There were also a few brands that I hadn't really heard of, but the clothing quality are usually really good in these places because they are vintage clothes and they can be quite expensive from other places. So it's good just to go to check it out and see what you can find there. There were a few rude people at this event. There were some that kind of didn't really care if you were on the rack, they just wanted to look and they were going to look and they just kind of got in your way. Overall, the people there were actually quite nice. I was quite lucky enough to be in a changing room next to someone else, and she was trying on this jumpsuit that didn't quite fit her and she was complaining that it's too short for her, and my issue with jumpsuits are that they're always too long for me because I'm tiny. So I actually asked her if I could try it on, and not only was she okay with this and willing to let me try it on, she was also loving the idea of me trying it on, and we had a really nice conversation, and she was such a lovely person. Which brings me on to the changing rooms. The queues for these got really busy around 11 AM when the general public were allowed in, but they were bad either way because there was about 4 tents that you go into which had no lighting, the worst kind of storage space, and were just so hot and cramped. And the mirrors were all on the outside, so you had to go in, put your thing on, come out, go to the mirrors, and there were only 2 mirrors for the 4 tents, and each tent, a lot of people paired up with like their friend, or I went in with my partner. Although I won't complain too much about the changing rooms because I was just really glad they had them, because last year I didn't realise they did, and I ended up not buying things that I quite liked because I wasn't sure if they'd fit me. Another good thing about the event is you can kind of come and go throughout the day as you please. So if it does get a bit too much for you, you have a stamp on your hand so you can just leave and then come back when you feel like you can. They also have places to sit, which my fiance took full opportunity of because, as I said, the venue was very stressful to walk around and we had a lot of clothes and it was just hard to carry them and look through the racks at the same time. Now this is the part where I'm going to show you what I got, and I spent £26 and my main goal was to find funky shirts, something Disney and a jumper. I was also up for getting some dungarees or jeans, but my booty would not fit in any of them, so that idea went out pretty quick. I actually found a branded jumper, and this is a Tommy Hilfiger one. And I've already worn this multiple times, and it has become my favourite, well, my second favourite jumper to this one. I got multiple funky shirts, so I'm going to split it up a bit. But I got these two black ones. The first one is just kind of a normal floral shirt. And the second one I nearly didn't get because I thought it was a bit too long because it is an extra large. But when I showed it to my fiance, the only thing he didn't like about it was the acid green flowers, which were the thing I loved about it the most, so I definitely got it. This was the Disney shirt that I found, and in the changing rooms I was so overwhelmed, I actually put it on backwards without realising, so I put it on this way. And I also didn't notice that there's this massive fade to blue, and I don't know how I didn't notice that. But this is a 2018 Disney shirt from the Disney parks, and when I saw this it was on a rack that someone else was looking at, and I genuinely thought the guy was going to take it, and I'm so glad that he didn't because I love this shirt so much. I found this red funky shirt when I went back to the racks. It was one that was a bit too busy the first time, but I went back again and I actually managed to grab this. And then this next one again I didn't get because I don't really like the material, but I like the stitching and the pattern, and my fiance convinced me to buy it. I left my favourite find until last, and although it needs to be ironed, I absolutely love this jumpsuit. I'm so glad I had the confidence to ask the person in the changing room to get this because it fits me so well and I absolutely love everything about it. So all in all, each item was under £4 each, which is amazing if you consider the fact I got a branded jumper and this lovely jumpsuit. And I am hoping to go to more of these events, maybe one in Nottingham or do Worth the Wait this time. Let me know what you think. And next time I will try and film more in the venue. I was just a little bit overwhelmed, but I'm prepared for that next time, so I can do it and I'll get more footage for you guys to show you. Anyway, I'll see you all soon. Rach Kane out.